Nestled between Tony Gwynn Drive and Trevor Hoffman Way, this is Petco Park. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Detroit Tigers and the San Diego Padres. The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. All right, ready to go here. Javier Baez up now for the Tigers.
Number 28, Javier Baez.
And we're off and running in a brand new season.
Heck one!
The 1-2. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Fires over to first. One out in the top of the first.
Batting second, the second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Let's take a check of the Tigers lineup. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Gleyber Torres up to hit. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Here in San Diego and just getting started. And that one fouled off. Just missed. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
That one fouled off.
Ball.
On the ground to the left. Bogarts zips it to first. That's the inning. And now the Padres get their first opportunity in a scoreless ball game. You're dialed into the show. Back here in San Diego. So here's the lefty, Tarik Skubal. What do you look for here?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working. But if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
That's in there. That's strike 2.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots.
Stays alive. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And now one away. Let's take a look at the Padres lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Now, to me, Boog, it shows the manager's trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing, but that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
Now Machado up here. And the 1-0. On the corner for a strike.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball, 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
In the air, left field. Green on the run. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Not shortstop. Xander Bogart.
Xander to the plate now. He played in the Seoul Series to open the 2024 season.
Such a cool experience for both teams, Boog. For Bogarts, it was the 5th country he's played in since joining Major League Baseball. He had the chance to play in the London Series with the Red Sox in 2019 and in the Mexico City Series with the Padres in 2023.
No, that missed.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
And it remains 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. In the air, right field. Jones under this one. And that is that. We played an inning, no score. Back here at Petco Park. Now here's the Tigers cleanup hitter, Jahmai Jones. The 1-0.
Ball.
Joe McDonald, our umpire behind the dish.
Yeah, Boog, Joey Mack. Sometimes a little tough to figure out. We may see some hitters and pitchers asking him where a pitch was here or there, but most of the time he keeps it reasonable. Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Outside.
Ball. Outside.
3-1 now. Take 3-1 and he couldn't come up with it. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game. Jake Rogers up now for the Tigers. Quick toss to first.
No,
and he's back in on a dive. In the air out towards right center. Brings it in.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Spencer Torkelson.
One out man at first. Here comes Torque to the plate.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
No, that's outside. Ball.
That one found hard the other way. Ball to strike. The pitch. That's a hit. They fired in quickly. So it's first and second with only one away.
Big rip off the bat there. Some seriously loud contact on that knock. Didn't bring in the run, but he got him that much closer to taking the lead here. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Here's Riley Green. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep both their challenges. 2 on, 1 out.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming. Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That misses the zone, and now 3-0.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
And that one fouled off. The 3-1 is on the way. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. The Tigers looking to strike first here on opening day. That ball is foul, and the pressure is building. Payoff pitch, and that'll load the bases.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Batting in the shortstop, Trey Sweeney.
Next to hit, Trey Sweeney. Golden opportunity right here. And that one is lifted in the air. Castellanos under it. He's got it. Runner tagging from third. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Well, that could be a tough one with the bases loaded. You can try to do too much, but there he didn't. He stayed within himself. He got that run in with the sac fly. Would have been nice if the runners behind could have advanced, but they'll take what they got.
Matt Vierling in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Vierling tries to hold up, appeal to first, no swing. 2 on, 2 outs. Went with the sweeper, but it misses.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
And there's the automatic. And they're all loaded up. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. Back to the top of the Detroit order. Now it's Javier Baez. He's 0 for 1. And he grounds one to the right side. And foul ball. High fly ball, right field. Castellanos settles under it. And that's the 3rd out. So they get 1, but end up leaving the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Tigers 1 and the Padres nothing. Opening day, always a scene here at Petco Park. The Padres won 90 games last year and clinched the postseason berth. That said, Singing, I don't think this team was satisfied with how the year finished.
Well, it doesn't help when the Dodgers win another World Series, Boog. Padres were known for their dominant bullpen last year, and if they want another crack at the postseason, they need that to be a strength again this year.
Foul ball there. Swings through it for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Now the 0-1. that one at triple digits. The next offering misses. Going to count 1 and 2.
Got some cut action to it. Velocity pretty good on that slider. So far, moving the ball around nicely.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Pitch misses there. Ball 2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Two on the way. And he dodges that fastball.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swings and misses. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Freddy Fermin, the next to hit.
That's a ball.
Two down, nobody on. Up the middle. Whips it to first on the run. It's there, and that's a great play. Padres go down quietly. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Opening day at Petco Park. Last season was a roller coaster for Detroit, Singy. They had the best record in baseball at the All-Star break, but ultimately coughed up the division on the final day of the season.
Well, at least Tigers fans were treated to another dominant year from Tarik Skubal. He was one of 5 pitchers in the American League to throw a shutout last season.
His 2-hitter against the Guardians in late May was a masterpiece. 13 strikeouts, no walks. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Zach McKinstry up now for the Tigers.
Yeehaw!
The 0-1. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Here's the 0-2. And a base hit right there. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next to the Tigers.
Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
Here's Jahmai Jones. That misses the zone. And that is ball 1. Jones batting in the cleanup spot. And he was a 2nd-round pick back in 2015. The 1-0. Runner on the move. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Ow! Two down, nobody on. Pitch is in there. And the count 1 and 2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. The 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Good eye
No,
in that
that missed.
spot.
That's a ball.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
That misses
Ball.
the zone. 3-2 now.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Oh, he can't bring it in. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Great effort out there as he tries to reach and haul this one in, but just can't extend far enough. I think it started with a bad read off the bat, which led to a bad jump, bad angle, and that cost him right there. Extra bases.
So runner at second, 2 down. Jake Rogers now at the plate. Outside with a breaking ball. Swings and misses. And now it's even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Man on second, 2 down. Fights that one away, still 1-2. That's inside.
That's inside. Ball.
Check
What
swing.
you got?
Now to look down to first. And he went around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Tigers 1 and the Padres nothing. Back here in San Diego. So digging in now for San Diego, Bryce Johnson.
Wow, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed differential between the fastball and that
Outside,
pitch,
ball.
really hard for a hitter to get on time with it.
Just
No,
off
that's
the
out.
outside edge. Next offering
ball.
misses. And now 3-1. Right through
Yeah.
there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Struck him out without a swing. And that's 4 strikeouts.
That was a really nice pitch call for that put-away slider right there. You look at the sequence in that at-bat, and he hadn't thrown it yet, so this makes it really tough to recognize and fight off with 2 strikes. I'm sure it looked like a fastball all the way until it wasn't.
Here's Gavin Sheets now, left-hand bat. And that is out of play.
That's a ball.
The 1-2. Backed off the plate that time. Goes down looking.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough, to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
Here's Ramon Laureano.
No, that's out.
And the 1-0. Foul ball. Here's a 1-1. And downstairs.
That's the ball.
That one misses. Ball 3. Draws the walk
That's
there.
ball 4.
And
Take your
that's
base.
their first base runner of the game.
Up next for the Padres, the right fielder, number 21.
So the San Diego batting order turns over. Here's Nicholas Castellanos. Led off the game with a strikeout.
Was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Runner on the go. Cut on and miss. Throw to second. Out of bounds. Safe.
Yeah, I like being aggressive right there with 2 outs. It's kind of a classic steal situation. You get thrown out, no big deal. That guy at the plate leads off the next inning. Now a single to the outfield can push a run across.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the last half of the 3rd. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
The 0-2. Good job to fight that one off.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touched it.
Man at second. Little bouncer out in front of the plate. Throws to first in time, and that will end the inning. Padres lead 1. They trail here 1-0. Back here at Petco Park. On to the 4th, Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers.
Outside. That's a ball. Hee-haw!
Swing and a miss. That's the sweeper. A little bit low.
That's low. That's a ball.
In the air to left center. And there's one away.
Up next for the Tigers, the left fielder.
Here's the left fielder, Riley Green. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate.
Tarik!
Here comes the 0-1. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. Got him looking for the strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. 2 outs, base is empty. Trey Sweeney will hit next. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. And a foul ball. To the right side, Cronenworth. The throw to first. That ends the inning. Down in order go the Tigers. They lead it 1-0. Bottom of the inning, stepping in for San Diego, Manny Machado.
Number 13, Manny Machado.
Ball out.
The lefty, the 1-0. And Manny gets a piece.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Swings through that one out in front that time. The other way, and he beats the shift. And the tying run is on base.
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Here's Xander Bogaerts. Flied to right his first time.
That missed. That's a
Well,
ball.
here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
The 1-0.
Ball outside.
Tying run is at first here on opening day. Just
Ball
off the
inside
edge. Next offering in there for a strike. Strike 1.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
Swings and misses. And the count is filled up. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
One out man at first. Miguel Andujar, the next up for the Padres. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
Hee-haw!
Here comes the 0-1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Safe at second with a stolen base. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Laser to the gap should score the run. Here comes Machado around third. He scores to tie it up. And he's into second base with one away as the go-ahead run.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Now here's Jake Cronenworth. Went down on strikes his first time through. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Runner around third. He scores, and they have the lead. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Big swing of the bat right there to give him the lead. That was clutch. Recognized the break on that pitch early, and that allowed him to keep his front shoulder in. You know, it's easy to bail on those front door breaking balls, but a great job right there of letting it travel, then unloading a nice balanced swing.
Here's the catcher, Freddy Fermin. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Just
No, that
missed.
missed. That's a ball.
Man at second. Left field. And
Foul ball.
that is foul. 1-1 now. Line drive. Base hit. Into third now. So runners at the corners and one out.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Runners at the corners here, one away. Bryce Johnson digs in now. Struck out looking his first time. And that one is
that's
downstairs.
down. Ball.
And that's ball one.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit. Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2, get out of this.
2 on, 1 out. And that is cut on and missed. And it's 1-2.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
In there. Got him looking for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7.
No, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
On the ground.
Foul ball.
And it goes just foul. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Tap dances out of the way of that one. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Makes the catch. Inning over. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. We played 4. It's the Padres 2 and the Tigers 1. Back here in San Diego, all set for the start of the inning. Matt Vierling up now for the Tigers. And that misses.
Ball.
And it's 1-0.
Well, these Tigers finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Here's a 2-0.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Takes it in for the out. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So the lineup flips over. El Mago coming to the dish. In the air, left field. And
Foul
that
ball.
is a foul ball.
That's a ball.
Late swing fouled off. The Tigers trailing by a run, and we're at the top of the fifth. Set down on strikes. So he picks up his sixth strikeout of the ball game.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Gleyber Torres up to the plate. That one lifted to left. Andujar gets under it. And that is that. Tigers are shut down there. They're down 2-1. We head to the bottom of the fifth. So digging in now for San Diego, Ramon Laureano.
Hey,
Hit hard on the ground to short. On to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth.
Up next for the Padres, the right fielder, number 21, Nick.
So back to the top of the order. Up now the Padre leadoff man, Nick Castellanos.
ball.
Challenge from behind the dish here. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. In the air, right field. Jones under it. And he makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Padres, the third baseman.
Here
number
comes
13,
Manny Machado.
Manny
1 for 2.
Machado.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Just
That's
missed.
a ball. Outside. No, that's low. Ball.
Swing and a ground ball.
Foul ball.
And that's just foul. 2 down, nobody on. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And here is Xander Bogaerts. A little out front there as he swings through it.
The 2-hole hitter showing so much versatility, understanding the situation, gets on base with 2 out to bring possibly the best hitters in this lineup up to the plate in this inning.
The other way, and
Foul ball.
foul ball. Not close with that one. Ball 1.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Hammered. Could be extra bases. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Relay throw home. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning.
Man, I think his legs are feeling good in this one. He really tried to stretch it there to go from first all the way to home, but he ran out of steam a little bit as he came around third. Great relay from the defense, a quick tag at the plate, and they cut down the run.
Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. And the batter now,
Leading off
Zach
for Detroit, the
McKinstry.
third baseman, Zach McKinstry.
Fouled off. He was late. Oh, 1 down. Tap foul at the plate. That's a base hit, and they have their first base runner since the 3rd inning. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. At the plate, Jahmai Jones. This one in the air, right field. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Tigers, the catcher, number 34, Jake.
And next to hit for Detroit, Jake Rogers. Rogers in his 6th season, 30 years old now, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2016. Right through there for a strike. And ball 1. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Tigers fail to make any noise, and our score remains 2-1.
Now pitching for
Back
Detroit,
now for the bottom of the
number
6th,
19,
and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Will Vest.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, 1-run game. Miguel Andujar getting ready to hit. Fastball in the corner at the knees, and it's a strike. Movement in the bullpen. Tyler Holton, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Brisky getting loose as well. The 1-1 is fouled off. Got him swinging.
The batter, number 9, second baseman,
Jake Cronenworth, the next up for the Padres. That's in there, and that is strike 1.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That's ripped into the outfield. Makes the grab on the run. 2 down.
Up next for the Padres, the catcher, Freddy.
2 down, base is empty. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Freddy Fermin. Warning track, ball, and you can touch them all, baseball man. A solo shot, and they add to their lead. It's 3-1.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
So up next, Bryce Johnson, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. That clips the corner. High fly ball, right field. That is the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 3-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Padres,
back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, J.P. Sears.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Torkelson, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Here's a 1-1. And a foul ball. Got him. That's the first out at the top of the 7th.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good two-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Riley Green up now for the Tigers. He is struck out and he is walked. That's outside.
Ball outside.
Ball one. The Padres leading by 2 here in the top half of inning number 7. And there's a foul ball.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Right side, hard hit. Laureano takes it himself, and 2 away to start the 7th.
The Tigers, the shortstop, Trey Sweeney.
Now here is Trey Sweeney. Swings through that one for strike one.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
Late swing, foul to the left. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. Score holds. It's 3-1. Bottom of the 7th. Now the DH for the Padres, Gavin Sheets.
Hee-haw!
Hits the top of the zone at 98 for a strike. Struck him out looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Laureano batting with one down, takes a strike. The 1-1. There's a swing and a miss.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Up next for the Padres, the right fielder.
Here's A.J. Hinch heading towards the mound, and we're going to see a pitching change right here. Will Vest gives way. Two-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
new pitcher for the Tigers, Tyler Holton.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Back to the top of the order now. Nick Castellanos, the next up for the Padres. 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. First pitch misses. There's a strike. Ripped, but it curls foul. The 1-2. And that one missing low. Missed with a changeup. Full count now. Manny Machado in the San Diego on deck circle. And a payoff pitch. On the ground to short. Sweeney gets it to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the Padres 3 and the Tigers 1.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Garrett Hawkins on for his major league debut, so we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there are just more people in the stands and it's a bigger stadium, but the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher, whatever fingers he puts down, that's what you throw, and just let him lead you in this one.
Bierland up to hit for the 3rd time as he lays off inside, ball 1. Bullpen action for the Padres. Mason Miller, the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. The 1-0.
That's a ball. Ha!
Line drive, could be extra bases. And that one's going to get into the corner. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
All over that one right there. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
Here's Baez. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Way
That's
inside.
in, ball.
The tying run at the plate.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Tying run at the plate. That one at 95 missed up top. 3 balls and a strike. Ground ball left side.
That's a foul ball.
And it's just foul. That was close. Fights it off. He'll see another. The Tigers with the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top of the 8th. Fly ball down the line. And it's foul, and the at-bat keeps going.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. Brings it in. Runner tags at second.
Up next to the Tigers, the second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Here's Gleyber Torres. 0 for 3 in this one. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, but not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
That's in there.
Don't be surprised, a ball on the ground to the corners, that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
Swings through that.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
In the dirt. Wow, that's a great job behind the dish there. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Garrett Hawkins is done, and he leaves a runner at third. So we'll see how the next pitcher deals with that when we get back. So they turn to their closer, Mason Miller.
And he may only have to face one batter in this spot. At least that's what they're hoping as he tries to strand that runner at third. Big spot here.
McKinstry in the box now. Takes strike 1. Ripped on the ground to second, tosses to first, and that will end the inning. So a job well done from the Friar bullpen that time. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Padres 3 and the Tigers 1. Bottom of the 8th. Stepping in for San Diego, Manny Machado.
Manny Machado.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. Activity in the bullpen for Detroit. Framber Valdez, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. In the dirt, and the count is 1-2. Ripped on a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. Pulls in with a double, third hit for him today.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts. 1 for 3. And it's fouled away. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Bogaerts swings through that one. And they'll do it again. Man at second. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with 1 away.
Up next for the Padres, the left fielder, Miguel.
Here's Miguel Andujar.
I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone here. Pitcher's looking for a strikeout or a ground ball, hoping to keep that runner at third. Here's a sac fly situation, and he's got to make sure he gets the ball out over the plate and get those arms extended. They're trying to crowd him with the infield in. This will be a big pickup if he can push a run across.
Machado takes his lead at third with 1 away.
Ball. Ball.
Next offering is fouled back. 1 away with a runner at third. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Green in position. He makes the grab. Runner tags from third. To the plate. Save! Up by 3. It's 4-1. Here's the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
Second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
In there, and it's 0-1.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Way out front for strike 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two down, nobody on. That missed by a lot. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Stays alive. That's down and in.
That's the ball.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
Line drive. Fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. And he's got his second double of the game.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And here comes the Tigers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Tyler Holton will depart. And he's responsible for the runner on second. So the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for the
And
Tigers,
Framber Valdez
number 59,
into the game.
He's got a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs an out.
Fermin in the box now. Takes strike one.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Man on second, 2 down. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 0-2. Goes down looking for the strikeout. They limit the damage here. A run on 2 hits and they lead 1. 9th inning coming up. The Padres have the lead 4-1. Last chance coming up here for the Tigers. All set to start the 9th in this one. Now here's the Tigers cleanup hitter, Jahmai Jones. The 0-1. Swinging a foul out of play. Miller, a righty that throws with power. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. And the 0-2. Ball one there.
That's the ball.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
That misses.
Nope, ball.
Ball 2. Up the middle, and that one finds its way through. So he ends up with a hit after seeing a lot of pitches. That was a good at bat. Singy, that's a start.
Yeah, as soon as that ball got through, I could see down in the dugout, guys pumping their fists. They know that they got a chance in this ball game.
And here's the catcher, Jake Rogers.
Nope, ball.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Got him swinging. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
The first baseman, Spencer.
1 out man at first. Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers.
No, that missed.
The 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Makes the grab.
Up next for the Tigers, the left fielder, number 31, Riley Green.
So they're down to their final out. And next up for the Tigers, Riley Green.
That's a good miss off the inside part of the plate. You'd much rather miss there than out over the plate where this guy could do some real damage.
And that's
in.
off
Ball.
the inside edge. 2 balls, no strikes. Hammered down the right side, but foul. The Padres trying to close out a 3-run lead here at the top of the 9th. They're down to their final strike.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
That's outside.
No, that's out.
Full count now.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, someone from the bullpen had to come in, get a big out, and then had a little time to think about it before he went back out to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Nonetheless, outstanding job to get the save and secure the win for his team.
4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.